In this video, I'm going to walk you through the process of setting up your Dragster Block template. Now, the Dragster Block itself is going to be set up so it looks just like this. Depending on your instructor's Dragster blocks that they order, there may be some differences that you might see in some of the dimensions, or in this case the measurements that you see on the screen. So the cartridge hole may be a little bit different in length or in diameter, as well as the overall length of the car body, the block body itself may be different, or the height. Any of these measurements can vary, so you may need to consult your instructor to make sure that the measurements that you see on this screen and the ones that are in the PDF drawing file that's in this tutorial align with the standards that they have on the blocks that they have in the class. So, to get started, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and open up my Autodesk Inventor program, the CAD program, and I'm going to go and start a new drawing. So go to New, click on the New, and go to, we're going to go with Metric. Then make sure that you're in the Dragster project folder if you created a project folder. If not, you might have it set to default, and that's okay as well. It all depends on what your instructor provides you with directions on what you should do. So from here, I'm going to click on Standard Millimeter IPT. That is the part file that we are going to be creating. It's a 3D object file. Click on Create once the settings have been set. Metric, Standard Millimeter IPT, and the project folder has been selected. Hit Create. At this time, you will see that we are in the 3D Model tab, okay, and we want to go ahead and start a new sketch. So click on the Start 2D Sketch option right here so that we can start a sketch on one of the work planes that we see here. The XY plane, the YZ plane, and the XZ plane. We're going to go with the XY plane since we're going to draw out the side view, the 2D profile of the car block itself. I'm going to go up to the Sketch option now. The Sketch tab has been highlighted on our ribbon at the top of the screen. Click on Line. Now from here, I want to make sure that I'm drawing straight lines and that they run perpendicular to the next line. Okay, so the first line I'm going to create doesn't matter for dimensions at this point. So you can enter the dimensions as you go if you wish to do so, just by typing on the keyboard as you draw the line vertically or horizontally or even diagonally. I'm at this point just going to click and make a rough shape of the wedge, the block itself. So this next line, in order to make sure this next line is perpendicular, you will see a perpendicular symbol that pops up right near the end of the line segment, the end point of my line segment that I see right here. And I'm going to click here. I'm going to come straight up. This one is also perpendicular, and it is also running parallel to the first line that I created going down. And then I'm going to go straight back up to the corner and set that in place. So I made my polygon, and I no longer have the line tool select. The line tool is selected, but the line is no longer being created at each endpoint. So to get out of the line tool, I hit Escape on the keyboard, or go ahead and deselect the line. And then I'm going to start my dimensioning. So to click on Dimension, it's right up here, or the keyboard shortcut. Keyboard shortcuts are always symbolized by letters on the keyboard for the most part. So General Dimension, you can strike the letter D on the keyboard, and that should quickly take you to the keyboard shortcut, which is Dimension. So I'm going to click right here and drag out. So drag the mouse out and then click again. The dimension that I want is going to be 68, so type 68. You don't have to erase the numbers that were there, and then you can click the green check mark, and that dimension is set. Now a quick hint, or a quick trick at this point is to just go ahead and double tap on the wheel of the mouse, and that brought everything into plain view. It's called the Zoom All feature. If you use the wheel of the mouse and go in and out, if you lose what you're drawing anytime, you just go ahead over here to the magnifying glass. This is a Zoom All, and the shortcut is either double tapping on the wheel of the mouse, or just clicking on the magnifying glass. So it's 68. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I'm going to click on the bottom line. That's going to be 305. So 305, enter. And this one right here is going to be 18. And that's everything I need for the 2D profile for the XY plane. Click Finish Sketch. Double tap on the wheel of the mouse. And it's rotated to an isometric view. So we're ready to now go to the 3D model. So the 3D model tab is now selected on the ribbon. Click Extrude. And there's only one 2D profile face that's appearing, so it automatically expects that you're going to be creating a thickness for this, and that's the extrusion feature that we have selected at this time. The extrusion will need to go out to be 40, so you can type out 40 either in the box here that you're seeing here, or you could type it out in the distance for the extents right here as well. Either one will give you the same results. Click OK, and there's the block that you see at this point. Now is a good time to mess around with the viewing cube that you see on the right hand side of the screen, the top right corner. Click on the front view. This is your top view. And then even an isometric view where you're seeing three sides, the top, the front, and the right side. Now from here, I'm going to rotate this to the back, or in this case the left view. And this is where we're going to be drawing out onto this work plane the XY work plane, as you can see symbolized right down here. We're going to start a new sketch, and this is the sketch that we're going to be creating is going to be for the cartridge hole, locating the cartridge hole. So in order for us to do that, I need to go ahead and start the sketch, which I just did. Start 2D sketch and click on the face, and then go to the circle tool and click anywhere. It doesn't really matter at this point. I'm going to click right here to start the center point, and then drag out, and that dimension is going to be 18. So I'm going to type 18 and hit enter. So I've now dimensioned that circle. From here, I'm going to hit escape to get out of the dimension tool and go ahead, or the circle tool for that matter, that was the circle. Now we're going to go ahead and dimension. We're going to dimension from the bottom of the car to the center mark. So I clicked on the bottom of the car, that line right here, and then click on the center mark of the circle. I have to hit escape, something went wrong there. We'll try it again. Dimension, click on the center mark, click on the bottom of the car, and that needs to be set to 32. So it's going to basically move the hole, the center of the hole is 32 millimeters from the bottom of the car. Now we want to center the circle horizontally between both sides. So I can do that by simply clicking on the center mark of the circle and clicking on the outside. And try this again. Outside. And there we go. And that can be on the block or outside the block. It doesn't matter. Click once again and set that to 20 because that's half of the 40. So 20 across and 32 vertically. Click Finish the Sketch, rotate it on the isometric view, and to give you a preview, before we actually go ahead and preview, it's a good idea to go into View, the View tab, go to Visual Style, and change it to Shading with Hidden Edges, so that now you can actually see through, essentially, the visual style is set so that you can see all hidden edges that will show up. So I'm going to now go back into 3D Model. I'm going to go to Extrude and click on the circle that I created. That is the 2D profile. And I don't want to join material. That's the join feature. That's so I could actually build material connecting to this. Instead, we want to cut, so we're going to use the cut feature. It's the second option down, so join, cut, intersect. We want cut, and the distance that we want that to go is going to be set to 50 millimeters. Hit OK, and we've now cut into the block. So that is the front view, and if you could zoom in on it, or click the zoom all, rotate it on an isometric view. There's the front of the car, all the views that you may need to see. And then at this time, go ahead and save. So File, Save as or save. Make sure it's going into your Dragster folder, which is where I have mine going. It's in the H drive. And this part, this is the Dragster block. So you can name this whatever you want it to be. This is the Dragster, got to spell it right first, block template. And then hit save. And what's nice about this, since you have a template now, is that you don't necessarily have to come up with just one design. Or if you come up with one design and you don't like it, you can always go back to this template and start instead of starting from scratch. So you don't have to watch this video repeatedly, or if you've learned how to make the template, you don't have to keep going and creating a new template, since you are going to be saving different versions of this template as your different designs. So that is all I need to show you in this video, and that is this process was just creating the block template.